Y'all got a live video? Y'all heard my name?
Yes, we got the live video.
Y'all gotta show me that.
Guess what? You'll see it when you go to court and you're sitting there on trial for first-degree murder.
This failed teenager of the century is 18-year-old Dan Keese Anderson. Months ago, Dan Keese attacked, shot, and killed 16-year-old Joshua Purcell, all while his murder was being live-streamed on Instagram.
You got a live video?
Mm-hmm.
So what you telling me you're gonna see my IG name Jonah?
But Joshua's murder goes far beyond that live stream, because over the course of questioning Dan Keese, detectives will come to learn of devastating secrets
That's all you want to do is kill somebody and walk away.
and a troubled past, with this murderer at the center of it all.
Told you, you're a liar.
Are you ready to talk and tell the truth about what happened?
On July 15th, 2020, it was supposed to be just another heated back and forth between local gangs, something that in that part of Tallahassee had happened before and usually burned out rather quickly. But on that evening, things took a different turn the moment 16-year-old Joshua Purcell decided to stream it all live. As he and two of his friends made their way toward a neighborhood near Bethel AME Church, he was not only calling 18-year-old Dan Keese Anderson out by his name to confront him for an earlier dispute, but was also drawing attention in real time by going live on Instagram. But unbeknownst to him, Dan Keese was watching that stream as well. By the time Joshua and his friends reached the parking lot, Dan Keese also arrived there with a weapon, and within seconds, everything escalated. Gunshots rang out during the live stream, and what began as a routine confrontation quickly turned into a deadly encounter. First responders rushed in, but the damage had already been done. Joshua was found dead on the scene with 4 gunshot wounds. Fortunately, by the time officers arrived, they already had Joshua's Instagram live, giving them all the evidence they needed to bring Dan Keese in by March 24th, 2021.
So, I know if I go back and ask you what were you doing on July 15th of 2020, you're not going to know because I wouldn't know what I was doing unless there's a big event that happened that day. And then that day would be clear to me. So I remember because I got called to the scene, so I remember pretty much everything that I did that night. So knowing that that was a big event, if we can start from, did you go to school that day? Well, that was summertime, right?
Yeah.
So were you doing football practice? Were you doing anything else that day?
No, I was at Forte House.
You was at where?
I said I was at Forte. I was telling my master.
Yeah.
I was at Forte House.
Okay, so you're at Fort Trey's house. And
Mm-hmm.
that's,
On the game.
yeah, okay. So about what time did you get to Fort Trey's house? Like, did you spend the night there the night before?
I think I was already at Forte House.
Yeah.
I always be over there.
Okay. Had you been there, were you there, did you get there when it was still daylight? Or, were you there at lunchtime? Just kind of trying to figure out when you got to Fort Trey's house.
I got to Forte House, it was daylight. Or either if it wasn't daylight, I was already there.
Okay.
I was already there, and then it just went up to that next day.
Okay. So we don't exactly recall when you got to Fort Trey's house, but you were at Fort Trey's.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what's the relationship like, Trey? He's just some dude that y'all hooked up with, you and your brothers, or what?
Forte, I knew Forte, he was always look out, make sure we out of trouble, make sure we go to school, get us what we need and shit, make sure we straight.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're chilling over at Fort. What do y'all normally do? Watch movies, play 2K,
Yeah,
or
play the game.
yeah. All right. So y'all over playing the game. What was it even like? Did your brothers come over? Any of your brothers come over at any point while you're at Fort Trey's house?
No, they don't come over. It just be me.
Mm-hmm.
Before teachers be like, oh, just you since you be like going to school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just me. My brothers ain't come over there though. My brothers at the crib.
Okay. All right. So, at what point during the night did you become aware of the incident that happened close to your house, the shooting and all that?
It was like, cause I was asleep. It happened. Boom. I guess it happened. Then after that, I was called where you at? Nah, no, it happened. Then my brother was like, where you at? I guess he heard shots close by the crib. He probably ain't know where it was, so he probably where you at?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm at Fort Trey House. What up? he asked me, he hit us up, cause it's like you ain't gonna hear him though. If you wasn't, if you ain't finna hear no, you ain't finna.
Oh
hear
yeah,
no,
not for me. Yeah.
So I'm like, nah, I ain't hear nothing. So I guess somebody had got shot.
Mm-hmm.
But he asked me where I was. I was like, what's that?
Did he tell you where he was at the time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But then y'all had his phone, right?
Yeah.
Y'all could, yeah.
No, I'm just asking. No, I'm not asking like I think I know where he was at the time. I'm asking.
Me, he was at the house. He called me.
Okay. How do you know he was at the house?
Either he was at the house or he was at the store.
Okay.
One of those.
Just assuming he was close by because he sees what's going on.
Yeah, because
okay.
he heard it. So I mean, he had to be.
Yeah.
I think he was either at the house or at the store. He was at one of those.
All right. All right. So did your brother know the details of what had occurred at that point? Did he tell you on the phone, "Hey, this is what happened"?
He's heard shots. Like he's heard shots. Like the neighborhood ain't know nothing. Like the neighborhood ain't know nothing. Like ain't nobody can be over here doing this. Ain't nobody can be over here doing that. So
Yeah.
you can call. You can be able to make sure.
All right. So at what point did you become aware of kind of what had occurred? Because there was an Instagram live that was out.
When after that happened, everybody posting deals like make sure people down the street at the church.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody had posted it and I had a screenshot and I reposted it. So I'm like, make sure y'all people straight. They said there was a lot of police over there by like Bethel and like I think they called Bethel and Fanny Dars, a whole bunch of police over there. Everybody was over there. Somebody had got shot. It was all on Instagram though. Like after the fact, I hadn't.
All right, so you saw the post on Insta. What's your Instagram handle?
My Instagram, Mr. Getty himself.
Okay, so Mr. Getty.
Mr. dot. GETTYHIMSEL.
All right. Okay. So you're seeing the stuff start rolling in. Did anything that you saw, any of the posts on Instagram that mentioned like you, your brother, your family, anything like that by name?
Nah, no, sir. I just seen like check on my people. Everybody was just saying that.
Just check on your people. Because nobody knows who got shot. Everybody's like check on your brothers.
I guess they just like it was traffic. It had to be traffic because what time it was when somebody got shot?
Oh, it was like right at dusk, so like 8 or something.
Right, it had to be traffic, and I know everybody was like, "Oh, checking out people." Somebody had got shot.
Yeah.
I know they was uploaded.
Yeah, no doubt. So after that first phone call that you had with Daniel, where he was like, "Hey, where you at? Did you hear the shots?" Did you talk to Daniel anymore that night?
No, sir.
Okay.
Dan Keese began by trying to create an alibi for himself by mentioning a welfare call made by his brother Daniel Anderson at the time of the incident. He claims he was at a friend's house when his brother Daniel saw Joshua's live stream where he was threatening Dan Keese, so Daniel called him to make sure he was all right. This wouldn't make sense if Dan Keese were present in his house, because then Daniel wouldn't have to call him on the phone. Now, this is a story that's maintained by each one of Dan Keese's family members. However, one of his brothers would later admit that it wasn't true, and Dan Keese was indeed present at home watching Joshua's livestream on the evening of July 15th. But at this point, Dan Keese's sole focus is on placing himself as far away from the crime scene as possible, but the detective is slowly going to expose his narrative.
At what point did you learn who had been shot?
Who said when I know who?
Yeah. At what point did you find out
It was like
who had been shot?
first they were posting, "Oh, check on y'all people." Then probably like 45 minutes after that, everybody was posting that I got shot.
Yeah. The guy that got shot, what do you know him by? What name?
I just know he was from somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just heard he was from somewhere else.
Gotcha. At what point did you become aware that I guess that your mom had kind of received death threats that night?
That night?
Yeah.
That night?
Yeah.
Same night that happened?
Yeah.
I ain't never known about that.
Yeah. It was enough that there was enough happened that night, kind of people coming on strong against her, thinking that Getty Mom, her sons,
woman had told me about somebody.
That she took little Danny and they went to your sister's house on Briarwood because they were scared to leave the house. So you didn't hear nothing about that night?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So
I ain't even talked to my mom that night.
You know.
Like, ain't even no phone then.
So earlier that day, all right, we've got pretty decent information that you together earlier that day. You remember me that day? Yeah.
No. Right, they were saying somebody to fight. I'm trying to hit about with somebody to fight. Somebody had a fight a couple of hours before.
Had you been with that day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, and somebody, I'm assuming your brother or your mother, has already mentioned to you, we had questions about whether or not you had gotten into a fight with Jalen and his people, Jalen and James, maybe.
But I probably raking the yard somewhere.
Where would you been raking a yard at?
No, I was just being sarcastic, but I know I ain't want to fight nobody though. I just being sarcastic. Don't be working up the yard.
I got you, but so that's kind of what we're looking at. So if there was an altercation between you, if these guys jumped Meek, and we've already had people tell us that happened. Some of the people involved in that incident have already told us that happened. So I'm asking for kind of your take on that situation. But you're telling me that there was these guys didn't jump you.
No, anybody jumped me. Ain't nobody touched me that day. Ain't get hit that day no nothing.
Okay, you're saying that day. Was there a point in time
earlier
that these guys jumped you?
It was never. I never came skin to skin with these boys.
Okay.
They never touched me.
Okay. And just to clarify, you're saying we never touched each other. Did y'all get into like?
Nah, I want no altercation, nothing like okay.
Go ahead. Tell me.
It'd be like raps.
Okay.
Like raps. It'd be raps. They be thinking all this and that. Cause when something happened, it's in my. I don't know, bro. My brother was rapping about something.
Yeah.
My brother was rapping about something. They trying to put this with that and this with this, saying all kinds of stuff. It just be like. I don't know what it be, bro. People just think we just be worried about them, bro. Beefing with them or something. It don't be none of that. We been on lane, making music out the way.
Okay. So no actual fight. You weren't standing, and we're saying no arguing or yelling back and forth face to face is what you're telling me. The most it might have been was y'all rapping back and forth, posting stuff on social media about each other. Is that what you're saying?
Nah, it wasn't that. It was just like it wasn't really with the rap stuff after it happened. It wasn't really with the rap stuff after that time.
Okay.
Dan Keese doesn't immediately deny when the detective asks about whether he was involved in a dispute with Joshua on July 15th, which implies he was most likely there. However, that wasn't a standalone incident, and this rivalry goes back to a previous incident that occurred on June 12, 2020. That day, one of Joshua's friends had broken into the Dan Keese's house and held a gun to his mother, Stephanie's head. Fortunately, officers had arrived before anyone was seriously injured. But this was the major reason why animosity initially developed between Dan Keese and Joshua, ultimately leading to what happened on the live stream. Now, the individuals that the detective has mentioned were Dan Keese's friends, all of whom had clear rivalries against Joshua and his affiliates because of that dispute. But while Dan Keese maintains that he wasn't involved in any of the altercations with Joshua, the detective is about to confront him with the single biggest piece of advice in this case: the live stream.
Okay. On live, calling out your brother Daniel specifically. He doesn't just say, "I'm coming to your house." He is walking down the street with his homeboys on the live, ranting, raving, screaming at the top of his lungs, angry as he can be. You can tell that he means business. He's talking about how he's going to hurt people, how he's going to hurt y'all, how he's going to hurt Daniel, how he's bringing fire. And he doesn't just say, "I'm coming to your house." He says, "I am coming to," and I quote, 538 Tuskegee Street, meaning he knows where you live. His intentions are clear. "I'm coming to your house. I know where you live," and you can watch him getting closer and closer and closer to your house. He knows right where he's going. He's going to the church parking lot. He's going to the cut, and he's going to just like you said on live. And this isn't like a 5-minute live. This is like a 20-minute live. It just goes on forever because it's from the time they start walking from like four Points all the way up north and through Wanish and through the church parking lot, and they're going to your house. This thing happens 300 feet from your house, bro. So I'm asking you, was it you? Was it little Danny? Or was it Daniel? And the reason I'm asking this is because we're tired. We're tired of this case. We're tired of not knowing.
Oh, yeah.
We know, and we don't stop working these. We can't. We got to keep working.
That'd be our job.
So what's going to happen is we've got all of these little bits of evidence, and it's going to get tied together. And let me tell you how it's going to get tied together. Because only one person got shot, 2 people ran away, and then we interviewed them. And you know what they told us? I'm not lying to you about anything. He basically told us to go ourselves. You know why? Because the code of the street says you don't talk to the police. Then you know what happened? One of those 2, who was on his heart head. Knew the knowledge was wrong about what he did. This is what he told us. He come in this interview room, okay, about 5 more times. And every time he came in the interview room, he came up here because he said he wanted to talk to us. He wanted to tell us who he saw shoot his friend. And every time he would come in here, and his body would lock up, and he would start crying, and he would start shaking. It's because he wanted to get it out. He wants to tell us who it was he saw shoot his friend. You know why he can't do it? It's that stupid code of the street. And he would sit there and he would go silent, just tears streaming down his face. Who? This person that was there with Josh. You know him if I told you his name, but I'm not going to. And he's like, oh, and he's sitting there and he's crying. He's like, I want to tell you, I can't. They just won't let me. They won't let me. Who? And I'm asking who. And he's like, the streets, my friends, everything about the way he was raised, everything about the culture he's found himself in that tells me he can't snitch no matter what, even if his best friend got shot. And he knows his best friend was wrong. He knows he was wrong what he was doing, but he still wants to tell us what he saw. It's tearing him up. It's eating him up inside. So 5 times he comes in. The last time he was about to say it. He was about to say who he saw, and he just couldn't. He said, I can't. I said, I still can't do it. I still can't do it. He's crying and he's shaking and he's sweating. And he just won't say because the code of the street says you don't talk to the police. That's the only thing that's holding back. But all the beef with knowledge that you and your families had, okay, we're being told that there was a fight. You're saying it didn't happen. That's fine. We're also told there was a fight that day. All right. This guy is on Facebook Live calling out you, your brother, your family, and saying he's coming to your house. As he's stepping through the cut 300 foot from your house is when the incident goes down and shots are fired. Who else would it be? Somebody random just happened to be walking along and says, I want to rob this guy, as he's doing a Facebook Live with his 2 friends behind him. Random about how he's going to go kill the Andersons. You know what I mean? So
I don't know who he'll be with. Cause he's from the other side of town. From the other side of town, he way over here.
That will be the most random thing in the entire freaking world. Okay? So you can see, if you're telling me it's not you, then that's fine. Hold on to that. Don't take offense that I say that the evidence would point towards the Anderson brothers. Okay? As being
I'm not saying the whole city been, oh, get him all. It was just,
sure.
It was him,
Sure.
Or it was him. Everybody's saying it, bro.
Because they see the same things that we saw. It's just we see even more evidence. I mean, we're taking into account video footage, cell phone evidence. We're taking witness statements. We're taking DNA evidence. Ballistic evidence. All this stuff we're combining. So what I'm telling you is we've got all these small pieces of evidence, and all it's going to take is for this kid, the other one, or somebody else that knows about this to come in and say this is who did it. And one of the 2 people that was there is close to breaking. The other one, next time he gets hooked up and put in the back of a police car, what's he going to say? I can solve a murder. And he's going to put his spin on it. Not y'all's spin. Okay, he's going to put his spin on it. But he's going to tell us who pulled the trigger because it's beneficial for him. The other kid wants to do what's right because he's eating his heart up. It's ripping his soul out. The other one, he's going to do it to protect himself next time he gets arrested. He's going to give it up. No doubt. So one way or the other, one of those two dudes in the very near future is going to say who pulled the trigger. All right. One of them is going to put his own spin on it. The other one is like, yeah. Happened. That's where we're at. And all it's going to take is going to be that one eyewitness or that one witness that knows what happened to come forward and put a name in front of us, put a face in front of us, and then we've got all this evidence pointing towards Anderson.
This is the point where the detective brings up the Instagram Live. But the problem is, the video never clearly shows the shooter's face. All it captures is the argument, Joshua's face, and the sound of gunfire. So at that stage, the shooter could have either been Dan Keese or one of his two brothers. But as we heard the detective say, one of Joshua's friends who was with him at the time of the shooting is about to talk. And once they do, they'll confirm that Dan Keese was the one who pulled the trigger. So he's walking on thin ice at the moment, and it's only going to get harder for him from here on out.
You weren't at Fort Trey's house. You went to Fort Trey's house afterwards.
But yeah, Fort Trey's house.
No, you weren't.
Tell me why I was.
Your little brother says that you were at home. Your little brother says that y'all was logged on. He showed you the live. Y'all were looking at the live together.
I'm logged on nothing. Y'all got a lot of video. Y'all gonna see me. Y'all gonna see Mr. Gator himself as join. Y'all gonna see that on God. Y'all gonna see that because that's what they say when you join somebody live.
Yeah, it says that. It says Mr. Getty himself has joined. It says that. You were on the live.
So it said.
Your brother says, little Danny says that you were home, that y'all were on the live. Y'all watched it. Y'all saw these guys come into your house talking about all the things we've been talking about, what they were going to do to y'all. It's you and little Danny there. Okay? Little Danny's in there crying, saying, didn't have no choice. They was coming to get us.
I know I was.
Yeah, you were.
Y'all can't fool me that I was at Fort Trey's house.
Brother, I don't need to prove it to you. I'm not, I told you this coming in, and you think I'm lying to you. There's some white 40-something-year-old cop that don't care. I don't want you to go down in burning flames for this and not graduate this year and not go and get your trade school degree, learn how to weld and make all kinds of money. I don't want that to happen. Okay? I've told you everything about, you saw that live. You don't need me to explain to you what was on the live. You know that that guy and his friends were coming to do business.
On nobody Instagram live. I wasn't on nobody live.
So Danny is lying? Or am I lying?
If you see Mr. Get himself doing somebody live, you gotta show me that because I didn't join nobody live. I don't even follow these people. I was like, what? There ain't no way you see me join that live.
Do you not see the olive branch that we've been offering you and your brothers
What?
all day long? That olive branch being these people were coming to hurt you, so you had to do something that was justifiable? Do you not
I know what
see
you're
that?
talking about. I know what you're talking about. I'm not. Because I don't know what y'all talking about. I understand what you're saying. You're saying like, oh, somebody come in your house and do something to you, I gotta defend yourself.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Self-defense. I know what you're talking about.
Right.
I know what you're talking about.
We're not trying to hard time you. We're not trying to say that you did some premeditated murder because you had a beef with these people. These people had a beef with y'all, a serious beef. You know? Knowledge don't come to your house one time. Now knowledge's friends coming to your house a second time. Oh, why? Why are they coming to the house? I'll tell you why they're coming to the house. Because Knowledge got locked up for what he did to your mama. And they got to get retaliation for Knowledge so they can prove that they're hard. You know? And all that other junk, all that other shit they're talking. That's why they're coming there to the house. And they're gonna do what Knowledge did. Except this time, they're talking about bringing fire. They're talking about hurting people. They're talking about everything else.
We gonna move. They gonna know where we at. We gonna call y'all. That's what we got y'all for.
For whatever reason, and it's probably because you didn't think there was enough time, and hey, guess what? You might have been right. There wasn't enough time.
What?
That you had to go out there and take care of it. You had to protect Danny. You had to protect the house. You had to protect your mama. Anybody else would have got caught up in that. So you stepped up because Daniel wasn't there. You was the only one.
I know I was.
You weren't at Trey Force.
No, I was.
No, sir, you weren't. You know, Fort Trey's already got another dude that's under his wing. Fort Trey is that, like I said, his alibi it doesn't stand up. Your mom's giving some indications that you were at home. Okay, I'll walk over there and I'll verify that. Did she say, oh, he might have been home, or did she say, no, he's lying, he was at home? He was at home. And then we got your Insta user handle logging in, watching this live of this guy threatening you, your brother, and your entire family. And not only is he saying that he's coming to your house, but any fool looking at that can tell he is actually coming to the house. He didn't even just say, I'm coming to your house. He said, I'm coming to, quote unquote. And you can see him getting closer and closer and closer. And by the time he hits that church parking lot, there ain't no doubt. And he's talking about bringing fire. He's talking about everything else. And then he steps to the cut. And when he steps to the cut, there ain't no doubt. There ain't no doubt what he's doing. Because he ain't just standing in the church parking lot. Then he's stepping to the cut. He's coming to the house. There ain't no doubt. So if somebody did something to protect the family, then they just got to step up and say that. The longer this goes on, the more the shadier it starts to look.
It's important to note that Dankeese's brother, Danny, has already given detectives a detailed account of what really happened. According to him, Dankeese was at home watching Joshua's Instagram Live when the confrontation began. Before leaving the house, he allegedly told Danny he was going out to protect his people. Not long after, Joshua was shot and killed, and Dankeese didn't return home until the next day. All of these things are undeniable proof that Dankeese has lied to the police about where he was, but even then, he remains tight-lipped.
You and Danny and Daniel, even after this happened, y'all talked about it, and y'all were going to tell the truth about what happened, because you realized that these guys were coming over there to do harm. But at the last minute, y'all got scared. Scared that you're going to get in trouble for something. And that's what you're scared of now.
How you get in trouble for something you didn't do?
Brother, we are way past that. If you want, I promise you, if you want, we can get up out of this interview room right now. And you're going to get charged. Okay? That's not a threat. I'm just telling you that everything that your brother has told us, and everything that we know, okay, I don't need to go over it again, okay, but everything that Danny tells us is backed up, all right, by evidence we already have, starting with you being locked on, starting with us knowing that you're not at Fort Trey's house when this happens, okay, certain details that he gave about what you told him occurred. I'm not going to tell you what those details are because I want you to tell me. And that's not me trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Certain details that Danny gave about things that you told him occurred, we know to be true. Okay? Danny's in tears. Daniel's still sticking up for you. But when we sit down in a room with Danny and your mom, Daniel's probably going to complain too. Not because he hates you or because he's not strong enough, but because he knows there's no point in playing this game anymore. There's none. If you realize before, the three of y'all put your heads together and y'all talked and y'all said, okay, well, we know this is what happened. This is what's on the live. This is what the police are going to know because it's on the live. Why don't we just go tell them what happened? These guys came over and they're threatening harm and this is what we had to do. What you had to do. Why don't we just tell them? And y'all said, okay, y'all decided, okay, let's do it. And then at the last minute, y'all get scared. If you realize back then that telling the truth was the right thing to do, and, you know, it explains the entire situation, why now? Is it because more time has went by? It's hard.
What are they talking about? The time and all this.
Well, then why don't you just tell us what happened?
Tell you what. I'm trying to see if you are the so-called saying that you know what happened. Why you gotta ask me what happened?
Because you're the only one that can claim self-defense for yourself. No one else can do it. No one else can do it.
For what? What did I do?
Here's what he said.
You shot somebody.
You shot and killed somebody. You shot and killed somebody. Plain and simple. Your options are, tell us what happened, because we've seen the live. We can't claim self-defense for you. Okay? Or you want to go down the first-degree murder route and spend the rest of your life in prison. Those are your two options. But you're not helping yourself, because you think you're in here trying to be hard and you think you can deny it. You think you can deny it, but you can't.
You think I'm trying to be hard?
It's not hard. I know it's not. I know that you're tore up, and I know that you're scared. It's not necessarily you trying to be hard. It comes off that way. But I know from talking to you that you're scared and that you're tore up about what you had to do. All right?
Wow.
Danny's tore up for you. He's tore up for himself, and he's literally over there in tears.
I don't know what for, bro. I don't know why.
I think because you got put into this situation, and he's worried that
I got put in this situation because y'all heard what y'all heard, and y'all thought it was us.
No. Your brother just told me it was you. You told him. You left that house after seeing that live video and said you're going to go defend yourselves. You don't remember saying that to him?
No.
And then walking out the door and doing it.
No.
And then telling him how you did it. The details he has given us adds up.
We know from the live video that the details that he's giving are true.
You seen Mr. getting himself joined Instagram Live?
I sure did. I did a search warrant on your Instagram page and got that.
Told you it wasn't live. Your mom.
I never joined the live. I said something on the live too? I said something on the live?
Mm-hmm.
Never said nothing on the live. Never joined
Okay,
the live.
fine. I told you before. It doesn't matter. It wouldn't matter if you said, I'm going to come out there and kill you. It doesn't matter. It don't matter.
It don't matter. I was just trying to make sure.
It does not matter. Okay? For all I know, Danny commented on live, holding your phone. Don't know, don't care. It doesn't matter. What matters is these guys were coming to your house to harm you after they'd already done what they did to your mom. Okay? That's what matters. So when you keep saying over and over again, I didn't join the live, that's fine. You can keep hanging on that because technically you're telling the truth. Danny joined the live.
So what y'all saying?
You saw the live. Tell me you didn't see the live.
Told you that already.
You're a liar. Danny is not lying on you.
What you mean?
He's not lying on you.
Y'all really trying to go against me right now, bro. That's crazy.
This ain't about going against you.
Y'all going against me right now, bro.
No, we're trying to help you to where you can actually have a self-defense case versus a murder case.
Y'all not trying to help nothing.
Okay, so you'd rather have a murder case than a self-defense
No,
case?
I'm not saying that, bro. Y'all talking crazy.
We're talking truth, and you're sitting here lying. You're sitting here lying when we're trying to help you have a self-defense case.
Y'all talking about self-defense.
You don't think it's self-defense, someone trying to go to someone's house and shoot up their house?
Even if Dan Keese chooses to rely on self-defense, the forensic evidence tells a far different story. Joshua suffered 4 gunshot wounds in total, 2 to the head, 1 to the shoulder, and 1 to the lower back. According to the medical examiner, nearly all of those were consistent with being fired while Joshua was already down and prone, with the shooter standing over him. In short, the ballistic evidence makes it look like it was a premeditated murder instead of self-defense. But Dan Keese is smart enough to realize that.
You're saying I had no involvement in this, and that my brother is...
Don't church got cameras?
Huh?
Don't church got cameras?
We'll continue on. So you're saying that I wasn't there.
If the church got listen,
No. You being there has nothing to do with whether or not the church does or does not have cameras. If you want me to sit here and show you church camera footage before you answer that question, then we got a problem. Because that means you're testing me to see how much evidence we got. And I'm not going to put up with that. So you tell me right now, were you there or were you not there?
I was not there.
Okay. You want to go with that? Because we'll roll with it. We will roll with that all the way from here on out. We'll roll with I wasn't there. I was at Fort Trey's house. If that's what you want to roll with.
If they ain't tripping,
huh?
If y'all had evidence on me, bro, I would not be saying right now. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
You wouldn't be sitting here?
I would not be sitting right here.
Brother, take a look around. You are sitting here right now.
I'm saying, dude.
You're saying though what?
That's crazy, bro.
I want you to understand something, Danquez. You're not in handcuffs right now because I don't necessarily consider you a risk. By department policy, should you be in handcuffs at this moment? Should you be detained in handcuffs based on what we know? Absolutely. Every time I walk out of here, that door's locked. You're not going to get up and walk out of here right now. You are detained. So for you to sit here and say, this is crazy, if you had anything on me, I wouldn't even be sitting here.
I'm detained now?
Yeah.
I'm the first time you told me I wasn't, though.
Then you weren't.
You would have told me.
Once your brother in that other room said what he said, you're detained. You're not getting up and walking out of here right now. It ain't going to happen. So for you to sit there and say that we don't have anything on you because you're not in handcuffs, that's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. We've got your own brother on you is what we got. We got your own brother on video, sitting there with your mother, breaking down in tears, talking about what happened. And we got you sitting in this room, continuing to say that you were at Fort Trey's house, leaving your little brother hanging in the wind all by himself. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. If you think that you had to do what you did, then you need to be a man and you need to stand up and you need to talk about it. You need to explain to me why you had to do what you had to do. Right now, you're sitting over there like a scared little boy, is what you're doing. That's exactly what you're doing. And you keep saying over and over again, I was at Fort Trey's house. Fort Trey can't save you anymore. He cannot save you anymore.
Not only is there a mountain of evidence stacked against him, but his own brother's testimony is also working against him. And by now, most people would have cracked. But Dan Keese is proving to be far harder to break. He stays silent and refuses to cooperate for nearly an hour, but the cops have another strategy in mind to make him speak up.
All right, I need you to come over here. Have a seat.
I can walk around, huh?
Nope.
Don't put your hands behind your back.
You're not giving me any other choice. I've been trying to help you. I've been here this whole time trying to help you.
I'm getting arrested?
Right now, you are being detained under suspicion of homicide.
I gotta talk to the state.
I gotta call the state attorney now.
And they can tell you if you're being arrested.
I was trying to get your statement before I did this.
Well, you just went outside to talk to my mom and you just came back in and did this.
Yeah, your mom's leaving.
Your mom's leaving.
Bro, what?
Are you ready to talk? And tell the truth about what happened? So I can, when I make that call, I can actually argue for a self-defense or not?
I think you've given him enough chances.
I agree.
You might want to scoot your butt forward a little bit.
You think you gave me? Come on, bro. So what? So now
I'm trying to help you from hurting your hands. Scoot your butt
I'm
forward.
trying to ask you something real quick.
What?
So please tell me what's gonna happen next, bro.
I'm about to go call the state attorney right now and tell them everything we got.
Then what's gonna happen?
And then they'll decide on what charges to charge you with, without a statement from you.
Well, they have a statement.
Well, yeah, without.
So what that mean?
That means what they say is what's going to happen. I was trying to get a statement from you to tell them.
All right, let's go and call them.
So why you leaving though?
I'm going to call the state attorney's office.
Listen.
What? You gonna talk? You gonna actually talk with the truth this time?
You just took my mom out there to go tell her that you gonna come in here with this?
Yeah.
I just told your mom exactly what's happening, and she's done. She's going home. She has asked us to drive her home. I don't know what else you want, man. They gave you every chance in the world to talk to them.
Why you still trying to leave?
Are you ready to talk? I'll go get my folder and I'll come right back if you're ready to talk.
Y'all listen, bro.
Listen to what? I'll sit down for 5 minutes. If you ain't started talking the truth, then I'm going to make that phone call.
Well, that's gonna lock me up, bro.
I was trying not to. How long did it take? How long did it take before I put that on you? Because I'm trying to get the truth out of you.
Though, bro.
That's what I'm trying to not happen.
Y'all was talking about self-defense, bro. I didn't know what that self-defense was. I'm gonna have to go in there and sit and wait, bro.
No.
Y'all gonna take me straight to the county, bro.
No. Only if you ain't gonna provide a statement. So I'm sitting here. I'm giving you 5 minutes before I walk out and go call the state attorney's office. If you start talking with the truth,
So
I'll go call them and I'll have an actual statement and I can make the argument of self-defense for you.
So I'm not going to the county.
I don't know until I call the state attorney's office. Right now, you're being detained on suspicion of homicide. Okay.
I don't know what.
Are you going to talk and with the truth this time?
Listen.
So I can make that argument for you or not?
Listen. People to myself. I'm just trying to understand, bro, to myself defense.
We sat in here and gone over it with you over and over and over and over and over again.
People still get life behind that shit.
No, not
bro.
for self-defense. No, I have never heard of anybody getting life for self-defense. Never. I've been doing this for 12 years.
There's somebody who got 10 years for self-defense right now.
Okay, and do you know all the facts of their case? All of the facts of their case? No. You know all the facts of your case. You know that the officers have sat here, the investigators have sat here with you multiple times for multiple months, talking to your family, trying to get you all to do the right thing so we can close it out and argue the self-defense. Because that's what I would go do when I make the call to the state attorney. I'm going to do that argument tonight. But I can't do it without your statement. So we're now at 3 minutes. We've wasted 2 minutes arguing over this.
Listen, you got 3 minutes, bro. If this man says self-defense, I'm going to have to go to the county.
Not always. Didn't I just tell
Not
you
always.
that someone a month ago, someone called self-defense and we drove.
You know, trying to make it seem like, oh, you been lying already. You already was lying, so it ain't no.
I can wash everything you said before away if you tell me the truth right now. And I'll go tell him telling your statement. Tell him he came in, he was initially hesitant.
You can't
but
promise me that.
Huh? I can promise you that's exactly what I'll go tell him. When he came in, he was initially hesitant, understandably. You ain't the first person to sit in here and take hours to finally admit to it. You're not going to be the last.
But I'm for running 10 years to my self-defense.
What do you think 10 years? Have you ever had a conviction as an adult?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you know how exactly. You know how the point system works? There's no way. Did you intentionally go and try to kill somebody in cold blood because that's all you want to do is kill somebody and walk away?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So what you did is you defended your house. A threat was coming to your house. What we call in law enforcement a credible threat was coming to your house. You knew they had fire. You knew that they've already come. Someone in their friend group has already come to your house a month before and held a gun to your mom's head. You knew what they were coming to do. And you wanted to stop them before they got to your mom and your brother.
But you don't gotta rush me though. You don't gotta rush me. You don't gotta rush me, bro. So
well then tell me the truth.
You just have to walk out and just leave me in here. So you call the attorney and just.
No, this is how it works. This is how it works. So are you gonna tell me the truth? We're now at 1.5 minutes.
You really got a time on?
I really do.
I'm sorry.
So far, Dan Keese has stubbornly held on to the story about not being there, and to break through that wall, the detectives began to put a different kind of pressure on him. It's only a matter of time before Dan Keese starts talking in detail.
All right. Do you want me to sit down and talk, or do you just want me to go sit with her? Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Okay, this is what I gotta ask you. With or without talking, am I going on tonight?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. I just told you we don't make that decision. That's a statement.
Start, bro.
Hmm?
I don't even know where to start, cause like on the video it's like death. What I'm trying to say.
What do you mean? You said it's death?
I said for the video it's there.
Yeah.
He ain't asking me none.
All right. At what point did you start seeing the video? What were they doing, or could you tell where they were?
No, I couldn't tell where they were, but I knew they were somewhere close.
Okay. So who could you see in the video?
First time I was going live.
Okay. And what do you call him by? Do you know their names?
Nah.
You know, nicknames, Instagrams?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you're going to differentiate between the two, would you say, like, you know, what's the big difference between them? Is it their skin color? Is it their height? Is it their weight? Like, if I say big guy and little guy, you know who I'm talking about?
They all around the same size. Like, they want too much matter. They all around the same size.
Okay. But the, you know who I'm talking about when I say the bigger guy? The stockier one?
That was with him?
Mm-hmm.
I guess. You guys, do I know him?
Okay, so you know that there's 3 people there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know, let's say person 1 and person 2. Okay. Can you describe who person 1 would be to you? You know what I mean? So I can tell who you're talking about as far as what they're doing in the video.
I know that's talking about, oh, put this gun right here. Let me see that gun, not that bad. I'm finna do this, finna shoot the house up, finna kill this and that, finna do all this. That's it.
Do you remember seeing a gun?
Not really.
Okay. What do you remember seeing when they were talking about that?
I think y'all got a lot, y'all seen guns in the live?
Honestly, I don't remember if I see the gun, but I remember what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Do you remember what they were doing when he was saying that? You remember who was saying that?
They was just walking. They
Yeah.
was just walking.
Okay. So he says, take this, and then what does he do?
They were just doing loud talking.
I mean, I remember him doing something when he says, take this. All right, what is he talking about?
Oh, the gun.
Okay. What does he do with the gun?
I don't know. Either I don't know. Either had it in his hand. I don't know.
Okay. So when he says, take this, can you tell where he's at? Okay, but you know that he's talking about a gun, you said. Okay. What did he say as far as what he was going to do and where he was going to go and stuff like that? Walk me through that.
You asked me what he do and say?
Well, what he was saying about where he was going and what he was going to do.
Oh, he was like, I'm gonna go to 530 to Steve Street. So I'm coming to I'm coming to the main house.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, or something this and that.
Okay. And is that your address?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you know how he knows where y'all live? Okay. Was that a surprise to you that he knew where you guys live?
Probably, he probably knew from his mama.
Okay.
Everybody just, not everybody don't know where we live at, but it's just like, it's right there on Front Street.
Okay. All right, so he's saying he's going to come there, that he's going to fire off and stuff like that. He's talking about the guns. He says, here, take this. He's got 2 guys with him. Okay. Where are you at when you're seeing this?
In the house.
Okay. Where in the house, though? Okay. You share your room with anybody?
My brother.
Which brother?
My little brother.
Okay, so Danny, right? Okay. Which one of you noticed the video first?
My brother.
Okay, Danny did. Was he on his phone or a tablet or a computer? Or how did he see it? Phone. Okay.
This is the first time Dan Keese has admitted to being at his house when the incident happened. Next up, he walks through how the altercation began in detail.
All right, so you're watching this video. He's saying that he's coming to your house, that he's going to target Daniel. Now, we know that Daniel isn't there, but what are you concerned about? What do you think is going to happen?
my life, my brother's life, my mama's life.
Okay.
And
And
people, and it was like kids and shit. Excuse my language, kids outside. Anybody, kids outside.
Mhm.
People walking around, all type. It was a whole bunch of stuff.
okay. So you're worried about you. You're worried about your brother. You're worried about your mama. You're worried about the house. You're worried about anybody that could be outside that could. I mean, he's talking about a gun, right? So what do you think is going to happen?
He was coming to kill, like, they was coming to kill the whole house.
Okay. It's like he was going to shoot you guys.
Basically.
Have you ever seen what happens to people when they get shot? I mean, have you known anybody that got shot? Okay. You hear about anybody that's gotten hurt or died from being shot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you know that that's a reality then, right? Okay. So, okay. And I know that you said that when you first saw him start up, or when you first started watching the video, you didn't really know where he was. Was there a point that you could see where he was walking? Like you recognized the surroundings or anything like that?
No, man, it was just like, oh, he said he come to heal. So we gotta protect ourselves.
Okay. But I guess my question is, how'd you know to go to a cut?
You see the cut from the road. You just look and see.
Okay, so I know if I'm standing at your house, I can look down the road, there's that little dead end, then the cut, and then the church, right? But how did you know to go that way opposed to, going back the other way out the neighborhood?
Say that again?
I'm trying to remember what the other road is right there.
I'm going to the county tonight.
What's that?
I said I'm going to the county tonight.
I don't know. We're going to tell the state what we're talking about. It's going to be up to them. All right, so your house is right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is your road.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little cut that goes over to the church parking lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I'll take you out of that so that you can show me, okay? I still gotta leave these on because it's policy that once you are detained like this, I gotta leave them on. So just be careful where you step, okay? So where were you when you first saw them?
But is it the road?
Yeah, like this is the road, this is the little cut. So there's like the trees over here, right? And then this is the parking lot. So like Orange Avenue's up here and Wanish is over here. Does that look right to you?
This my home. This the road to go down to the church.
Yep.
So we right here.
Yeah, so like, I know this isn't like to scale, it's not like Google Maps. So let's say that the last house is right here. You know which house I'm talking about? Okay. And then this is all the woods. So when you first see them, where are you at?
Right here.
Okay. So like right by that gate, kind of?
I'm coming out the house, walking out the road.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to make sure I don't even get. I'm just trying to make sure that my people are straight. I just make sure my people are straight.
Okay. When you say your people were straight, which people are you worried about?
My mama and my brother.
Okay, so they stayed in the house, right?
Yeah, man.
Okay. So when you went outside, what did you think you needed to do?
Protect, self-defense.
Okay, I hear you. So when you go out there, where are you at when you first see them? That's my question. Like, where are you standing? Are you still on the road? Are you by the gate? Are you in the parking lot? Where you at?
I'm like, once you come out the house, you just walk this way, you just walk down the road.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they was already coming up the road. They was already coming up the road. Then it was on like, I guess, shoot. I guess they was on shoot.
Okay, when you say he was coming up the road, which area was he in?
Coming up this. You said this the road, right? You said this the road.
Yep.
But it's like this the road.
Mm-hmm.
You got like little. It's like some of the rails shit to keep the cars from like moving.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can either go this way or you can go this way.
Mm-hmm.
Then this gonna be like through the church, through all that.
Okay. So are they in the parking lot? Are they in that little path?
Like just and like through the
Okay. And is that where you are, or is that where they are?
them. You know, like I'm like this my road.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like you got a gray house and you got that like a little pink house.
And then there's I think one more house after that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I'm down there like by the crib. I'm by the crib. No. See, going live. Getting ready for the shoot.
Okay. And when you say when you see them, I mean like in person. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. All right. So you see them. Do you see 1, 2, or 3 of them?
It was like it was three, but it was like this.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So is he in the front or in the back?
Front.
Front. Okay. And then the other 2 are behind him.
The main one. So if he was in front and he in the back, so he had weapons. Cause ain't no reason they finna be in the back if they got weapons.
Okay.
Now, according to one of Joshua's friends, they did have a weapon with them while heading to the Anderson household, but Joshua had reportedly made it clear that he didn't want to use it and wasn't looking for a shooting. The Instagram Live also suggests that Dankees chased Joshua down before firing the final shot, and there was no return gunfire from Joshua's side. This paints a grim picture for him, a teenager chasing down someone who was fleeing, which by all accounts would never qualify as self-defense.
This is the hard part. I know this is the hard part. Okay, and I'm trying to be helpful. Okay, but this is part of where I can't put these words into your mouth. Okay, so you know that he may have a gun and that he has already declared, I'm coming to kill you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I understand that part of it. Okay, we do have to talk about your part of it to get past this. Okay, all right, you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead. What did you do?
Protecting myself.
Okay, I know you protected yourself. How did you protect yourself?
Yes, ma'am. How did I? Yes, ma'am. I protected myself.
Mm-hmm. All right, I know this is hard. This is what I'll walk you through, okay? Did you get a gun before you left the house?
Me.
Mm-hmm. I know this is the hard part. You're not telling me anything I don't know, though. Okay? You get that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Did you get a gun before you left the house?
No, ma'am.
Okay. When did you get the gun?
It was somewhere. It was like shut off. I got it like when I heard all this and now all these threats. When all these threats ain't even do this and that to my family. So I had to stand up and protect.
But you got a gun before you went down there, right?
And
All right. Where did you have your gun?
I got it in the bag.
Okay. It was in a bag that you were carrying?
Not a trash bag, but
like a satchel, like a fanny pack? Okay. All right. So what did you do with your gun?
I used it.
Did you shoot at him?
No, man, it was just warning shots.
Warning shots?
It wasn't like, I'm just walking. It ain't even like, I'm just like, oh, they talking shit, I'm finna. Nothing like that, bro. You're like, I'm coming here doing all this. You already say you got a gun, hand you your gun out the bag. What you got a gun for? What you coming to my house to kill my people for?
Just when the detective thinks Dan Keese is finally about to give a full confession, he flips again, offering a conflicting story about shooting Joshua. But by this point, he's already revealed more than enough, so the detective no longer chases a confession, but simply uses the physical evidence to dismantle whatever stories Dan Keese has left.
So I know that we talked a little bit about the casings.
Yeah, man.
Have you ever heard anything about how we can look at casings and figure out which guns they come from and stuff like that?
And it's like from the top.
Yeah, it's from the top. So like the firing pin, it's the cartridge casing, and that tells us, which gun it came from, because there's like teeny tiny millimeters, and each one is different, so it's kind of like a fingerprint. So obviously in this one we see all the cartridge casings were fired from the same gun. And we can tell that. I don't remember how many there were, but when I was out there, there were cartridge casings.
That's how many casings there was?
I don't remember how many there were. I remember there were a couple along here. There are several right there.
So he's telling me it was more than 3 shots.
It was more than 3 shots, but here's the thing. Like, I can ask an officer who's been involved in a shooting, how many times did you shoot? And they'll say, 2 or 3. And they may have shot 6 or 7. That's totally normal, okay? You're not going to remember how many you shot, okay? I'm not trying to call you a liar about that or anything, okay? So, what I'm having a problem with is that in the live video, I can't see his hand, okay, but I believe you what you're saying, okay? The video faces forward, and the only part that you can't really see, and I'll use yours, okay, if this is the cut leading up to it, is like where the trees are, okay? He starts getting shot at way over here, and that's maybe 45, 60 feet away from where the cut is.
Yeah.
All right. And the casings, you've seen them come out of a gun before, right? They come out the right side. And we know that these shell casings are the same as these shell casings, which tells me that these that you fired at him while he's running away are the same here. And we hear those shots on the live after he's already down. So I know that at that point, you're not up on Orange Avenue.
That's same size though.
I don't know how many it was.
Oh.
Okay. I just know that there's several. I think it was 3 standing over him. Okay. Help me understand that.
3 standing over him?
Mm-hmm.
It was like, come from home, come from, he come from home, come from. Here's some, I got outside, boom. I guess I missed. I don't even shoot to kill nobody, bro. I'm just like, don't come up here, cause if you trying to come up here. I'm just pretending.
But at the point, and I'm not saying that's not what you're doing, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I understand these, okay? and he got hit over here. That's when he fell down. Okay? That's while he was still running, he got hit, he falls down. All right? What I don't understand is why you're over him, shooting him while he's down. Help me understand that.
It's 1, 2, 3. 3 shots. You want to see much fall? You said I was not. You said I saw him again when he was on the ground.
Yeah. Because you can hear the shots while he's already down, and we see the casings right there by him. So here I can see what's happening is that he's running, you're chasing. Okay. And he falls.
No, once. He facing. Once I see him, he can see me.
He's facing this way, and you're right here. You fire the first shot, he bolts that way. You're chasing him and shooting while he's running. And with one of those shots, he falls down to the ground. While he's down to the ground, I can say forensically, okay, because the doctor can tell me where that bullet went in and what direction it went.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got those shell casings there on scene right next to him, because remember, it comes out the gun, okay? It's going to be in the general area where it's shot from. So that's how I can say you shot and chased, is because those casings are running too. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
And all these up here by him, and with him being shot on the ground, I know that he was shot while he was down. Why?
I thought he had a gun. I thought he was trying to kill me.
Okay.
Dan Keese is completely boxed in at this point and has no answers to why he killed Joshua in such a hyper-aggressive manner. So far, he was describing everything under the pretense of self-defense, but these latest confrontations about the shell casings and chasing Joshua down have crumbled that narrative.
I don't understand why you still think there's a threat there. If you put that into officer terms, right? Our expectations for our law enforcement officers, we wouldn't be okay with our cops doing that. Standing over somebody shooting them like that. There's no explanation for that part. These shots up here, I totally get. This here, I don't.
It's like not. When the shots was off, I don't think nobody was hit. I don't think nobody was hit.
What do you mean?
Like, could some of the shots that led up to that? I don't think like the shots when wasn't nobody hit.
Okay, but when he fell, it was obvious he got hit.
I don't know. Maybe he could have tripped. Maybe he could have got hit. I don't know.
Okay, but he's already run away from you. He's not coming to your house at that point, right? He's running away from you, and he's down. And I know that he didn't pull a gun on you. I know he didn't point a gun at you. I know he didn't shoot at you, because we only have your casings there. So that's what I don't get. That's the only thing that I have heartache over. I get the rest of it. I get him being on live saying he's going to come there. They're talking about the guns, that he's going to shoot you up, that he's going to try and get Daniel. He could hurt anybody in the house. I get that. Okay. I don't get why you're chasing him. And why you're shooting him when he's already down. That's the part I don't understand.
I don't know. I just thought he still had the ability to kill. Still had the ability to kill me. Or for him to go to his house, or for his friends to go to my house with guns. It was two of them with guns. I only went to somebody's house.
Yeah. Did they say anything when you ran past him? Not a warnish.
I don't know if I did, but I was running.
I believe it.
The detectives have done a great job here to bring the truth out of a cold-blooded murderer. The bottom line is, Dan Keese could have avoided killing Joshua by all means, but he chose to go all the way to finish him, and is now about to pay the price. In the aftermath, Dan Keese Anderson was arrested and charged with second-degree murder, and rather than take it to trial, he eventually accepted a plea. He was sentenced to 15 years in prison, followed by 10 years of probation. Our thoughts and prayers are with Joshua Purcell and his loved ones, who knew him as a 16-year-old kid passionate about football and someone who had his whole life ahead of him. Thanks for watching. 80% of everyone watching isn't subscribed. If this is the kind of content you stick around for, subscribing helps us keep making exactly this. It's free and it goes a long way. If you'd love to watch more videos just like this, check out one of our best cases right here, or our latest upload right here.